Hey you guys, I'm back with another YouTube video. And today I just thought, you know what? Why not discuss what's been happening with Kendall and the two black girls who have claimed to so be kicked out of the bar? I thought I wanted to touch on this because a lot of people on TikTok have been talking about it. A lot of people on TikTok Live have literally been going crazy about this whole scenario, this whole situation. And it's been getting out of hand. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this whole situation has been like getting out of hand. There's been people that's been dragging Kendall about the whole situation. There's now people dragging the two black girls who went through the situation about the whole experience. And there's the two black girls who went through this experience with Kendall, who have claimed to so-called be kicked out of the bar by Kendall, are now getting dragged on the internet. They're being put on lives and having to speak their truth out on lives. People are not understanding them. People are claiming that they are clout chasing, which I personally do not think that they are clout chasing. And here's why I don't think that they're clout chasing, because it was a misunderstanding that they both had with Kendall. And yes, they're keeping up the video. Actually, nah, I can't say this because they still kept up the video. But I was on a live and they were claiming to say that they basically, the reason why they're going to keep up the video of them claiming that they got kicked out of the bar by Kendall is simply because of the fact that like it was their experience that they wanted to basically share and have, and that they're making money off of it, and that they like if they had the experience with Kendall, with a celebrity, they're gonna keep it up. And people were like, we think that it's gonna be for clout. One of the girls was saying that like she's a stylist, so like her kind of like, networking with a fan like this and having like a so-called altercation like this and like fixing the altercation with this celebrity, which is Kendall, is gonna help her with like her styling career, is gonna help her career basically. So basically her having an altercation with Kendall and then having a misunderstanding about it is gonna basically help them, they claim. And people are just dragging them on the internet. But I want to like give y'all my thoughts about the whole situation. So we are just gonna get right into it. So allegedly, a few days ago, Kendall and Kenny, they had to go kick people out of the bars who were their fans of them. And so it happened to be that Kendall just had to tell the two black girls to go leave the bar because they were not related to Kendall, or they weren't friends with Kendall. Like, they weren't really family with Kendall, or they weren't friends with Kendall, which just like, if you were hosting an event party, why was security just kicking out? I think they got kicked out of the section. Sorry, not the bar. They got kicked out of the section. But yeah, basically, Kendall and Kenny had to kick those two black girls out of the section because they were not related to them by friend or family. And then the two black girls took it as like him acting like Chris Brown, him just wanting to be around Snow Bunny white girls, and basically just like him being racist. And then the next day, we found out on Twitter that it was a misunderstanding, and the two black girls and Kendall had reconvened. They made up, and Kendall was saying how the two black girls are like really cool to him, whatever, and that like, they were really friendly and stuff like that, and how like they have a good connection and stuff like that. And that was that. So basically, the two black girls apologized for the whole situation with like Janae, Kenny, and Kendall, allegedly. And it happened to be that like security guard was just trying to make sure that like people who were not related to Kenny by friend or family was kicked out of the bar, and people were sneaking into the bar. So I think the two black girls had maybe snuck into the bar or snuck into the section, and they had to go leave, and they took it as Kendall kicking them out, which wasn't the case. But Kendall apologized, and he was like, the last thing I ever want to do is make it seem like that I'm being racist towards black people, because he was like, he has a black mother, he has a black sister, and he would never support racism, which is true. I believed it. And the two black girls, they made up, and they were like, we're so sorry. Like, we got kicked out by a security guard. Actually, it was all because of security. They wanted to make sure everything's safe. And also, I'm 19, so I'm not even allowed to go to bars. But when you're like in bars, security does sometimes have the right to like kick certain people out if there's like an event. Kick people out of the section or the bar if there's an event coming and it's only catered to like certain people, like friends and family, and it was not catered to them. So that's why they had to like either leave the bar or the section, which if they had to just leave the section, I don't know why they put it as that they had to leave the bar, and I think they just were over exaggerating it. Now here's the deal: after Kendall and the two black girls who got kicked out of the bar made up and they put redemption arc on like their Instagram story, the two black girls were like posting like how they were friendly with Kendall. They had a pool party with Kendall, and I think the pool party was just to like make up with the girls about like what happened and like the misunderstanding. And Kendall was just trying to do something nice for the two black girls. And honestly, I take it as that it was just never that serious. So let me get back on track. Kendall, he hosts a pool party and he decides to like hang out with like the two black girls, Janae and Kenny. Also, Janae is following the two, I think the main girl who actually like posted it on her TikTok, which I think her name is Princess. Yeah, Janae even follows Princess. But yeah, so basically Kendall and Janae and the two black girls, they were having like a pool party event. They all had like a pool party event or whatever like that. And to like make up for like what happened, the misunderstanding, everything like that. And everything was made up between the two black girls, Kenny, Kendall, Janae. And I think that was that. And then the two black girls decide to like drag it out and post it on social media about how like her and Kendall are now friends. They're now cool. Like, so basically they got a friend out of this. She was posting like, redemption arc. It was a misunderstanding. And now people are taking it as though like they are clout chasing. And like, this was just kind of like all made up and misconstrued. It wasn't all made up, but they're basically, so now the internet as a public was dragging these two black girls because they like made a whole situation about like them getting kicked out of the bar by Kendall, and now they're gonna turn around and like act all friendly with Kendall. And to me, it's giving that the internet is jealous of these two black girls, that they even got the opportunity to even like face a fan like this, or even approach a celebrity like this. They're kind of jealous that they had the opportunity to approach a celebrity like this. And it's just kind of, I just feel like that the internet is being harsh on Princess, especially for like making up with Kendall, being friends with Kendall, Kenny, and Janae. And I think it's giving jealousy. Like the internet is jealous that like these people, Princess specifically, is making money out of like this whole thing about like the altercation with Kendall in the bar. And people on TikTok Live was even interviewing those two girls and were like, why did you keep the video if like it was a misunderstanding? And these two girls say, oh, the reason why I want to keep the video because one, we are making money off of it, and number two, it was an experience. It was an experience that I had with Kendall, and I'm gonna keep it because it was an experience. So, I think I love that for them. Like, hey, good for them. But the internet is making it a whole big situation for no reason. Like, the internet is going crazy on them. You have people on TikTok, but before the misunderstanding even like came, there was people on TikTok Live interviewing Princess's friend about the whole situation. She was talking about it, and then so I think after that there was a misunderstanding, and now everyone's confused on like why all of a sudden it's a misunderstanding, and now she's friends with Kendall, whatever like that, and now she's posting Kendall on social media. And so yes, I do think that this is for clout, whatever like that. I don't really blame her. And it's like, it was kind of her experience. And it's like, nobody is really believing this girl. Nobody's really believing this girl of like how like she's actually like apologized to Kendall, and Kendall apologized to her about the situation. Everybody is just trying to create drama out of this with like, the two black girls, like, having a misunderstanding with Kendall. And everybody is pissed off about it. People were on TikTok Live were saying like, yeah, like, why is it a misunderstanding all of a sudden? Why are you keeping up the video? And, people are like, so like, they are literally making it so dramatic over basically the whole misunderstanding situation. Now, I'm going to just get into my thoughts. I personally just think that like, it's just never that serious to like drag something out. Like, I feel like that if it was a misunderstanding, like, we should have just left it at that. And it should have just been like, okay, like, the Princess especially had a misunderstanding with Kendall at the bar of like why she had to leave the section or the bar. And I think if it was a misunderstanding, let Princess have her moment of like seeing, the celebrity, making up with Kendall, posting it. And I think why not let it be a fun post? Like, I don't know. Like, it was just, I just feel so bad for Princess on like why the internet is getting like dragged. And even people are dragging Kendall. Like, people were interviewing Kendall and they were asking him like, so like, are you really not racist? Like, so like, do you really support this? People still do not believe that Kendall supports like, Black Lives Matter, like Black families. Like, people are dragging Kendall. Like, I feel like that Kendall has made like so much drama this whole season because Kendall is the most, and that's why kind of Kendall's one of my favorites on this show. Unpopular opinion, but Kendall is one of my favorites on this show because it's just like he is kind of like dragging the drama. Like, even when the Casa Amor girls were coming in, and Cordell was with Daya, Kendall was hyping him up. Kendall was hyping other people up when they were kissing other women. When you had men in the men in Casa Amor kissing other women, and Kendall was entertaining all of this, which I don't blame him for. I kind of like Kendall. But like, people are dragging Kendall to the brim out of this whole situation. And even like, Kendall had just gotten leaked of a video when he just got out of the show. So it's just like he has had enough of all this getting dragged. He even was on an interview on TikTok Live saying that this has been the craziest summer for him. Like, he never knew that he would have all these allegations of like him being anti-Black, him being racist. And I just think that the internet is really so unsupportive of Kendall. And I'm just like, for what? And I kind of just feel bad. I'm just like, I've never seen this happening. Like, getting it dragged, like getting a person. And also, Kendall is kind of Black as well himself. So it's just like, why is it that the whole internet is dragging him about being anti-Black? And it's just like, people are now coming up with small little things to like call him anti-Black. And yes, he did do what he did to Serena. I have to say that he's still, like, he was anti-Black on the show, but I'm just like, wow, like the internet is just dragging Kendall, and it's kind of just crazy to me. It's just super crazy to me. I don't know. But you have people interviewing Kendall on like TikTok Live about the whole situation of like the bar. You had people like, he was trying to be positive as much on live. People were trying to bring that down on him. But yeah, it's just been very crazy on the internet with like Princess and Kendall with like the whole altercation, then the whole misunderstanding. Nobody believes the misunderstanding now, and people are trying to say that like she is doing this for clout and that Princess is just a liar for this whole situation. I honestly do not think that Princess is a liar, because I'm just like, she had the experience, but it's like, it's also kind of hard for people to believe her on whether or not it is for clout, because it's just like people all of a sudden, I don't blame them, because people all of a sudden see Princess now friends with Kendall after she just had a situation with Kendall. And so it's just kind of just like, what is it now? Like, you're doing this for clout? Is she doing this for like relevancy? But it's just like, she wouldn't be doing it for relevancy when she has 700K followers on TikTok and Kendall only has like 300,000 followers on TikTok. Like, make it make sense. I don't know. But I think like, I don't know, like the internet is just kind of just like, they don't want to see people winning when they get opportunities, like seeing celebrities, meeting celebrities, getting opportunities for celebrities, getting far with celebrities in life, getting growing their platform with celebrities coming around them. Like, I think the world is jealous that that Princess is already a famous person on TikTok. She's trying to grow on Instagram, and people just not like need to let it be that, like, maybe this can be an opportunity for her platform, and even me, I was even on TikTok Live saying that, like, if this is for her coin, then let it be, because I really do not blame her. We live in a horrible economy, so it's just like, why wouldn't she take that opportunity of like meeting a celebrity, having an altercation with a celebrity, and then making it up with Kendall, and like, getting the views, the followers? I mean, I don't really blame her, but it's just kind of just sad to me how like a lot of people are like just dragging this like the wrong way. Like, I don't know, like it's a lot. Like, it's a lot of like what's been misconstrued, like what's been like just confused. You even had people on TikTok lives, like separate people who were like, you even had TikTok creators who were talking about Love Island, like arguing with each other back and forth about the whole situation. Like, the internet has gone really dramatic of because of Love Island. Like, people are creating so much drama out of Love Island on TikTok, especially about this whole situation. You have people on TikTok live like talking about it nonstop, about like what's been happening, what's been going on with like the whole situation about like Kendall being anti-black. Everybody's saying then you have people taking it way too far, calling Kendall these names. People on TikTok live are telling Kendall like they don't like him to his face, because even Kendall was on live and speaking, and people were like telling him like, we don't like you, but can you still follow me? Like, it was just very, very messy. And I just feel like this just needs to be talked about, because I'm just like, it needs to be explained and talked about, because I'm just like, yeah, I've never seen specifically like one person getting dragged like this on social media when they never did something that serious on a dating show. And the reason why I have to bring this up, because I'm just bring this topic up, is simply because of the fact that like Love Island is a show for fun. Love Island is not really a serious show like Married at First Sight or Love is Blind, where like you have people getting like into, what is that word? I forget. But you have people like getting into like conflicting arguments, like controversial arguments. Like, Love Island is kind of like a fun show where, like people go on a villa, like people have made and I know like this season has been one of the most serious seasons and like one of the best seasons. But it's also like, I just feel bad that like you have some creators getting more love than other creators besides Andrea and Aaron. But like, I feel like that everybody else shouldn't be getting dragged. Even Daya was getting dragged this far, like on this show. And like, her and Serena had like made up. And I just don't understand why like you had people Daya getting dragged. And I don't see why Kendall had to get dragged on the show. I mean, yes, he was mean to Serena, but then but if you guys even look at it, like, Kendall and Serena did make up at one point about the whole like Cordell, Daya, and her situation, that whole love triangle situation that she was in. Kendall and Serena did make up at one point. Like, they were friendly again, and people are just taking it way too far, and people try to find the littlest things on social media. Even if that situation is fixed, they are going to drag it out on social media, talk about it nonstop. And I just feel like that is the negative side of TikTok, where you have people dragging down reality TV stars over the littlest things. And I feel like that Kendall no longer needs to be dragged anymore on this TV show. And I'm just like, he made up with Serena with the whole, like, when Serena was mad at him, he made up with Serena. Like, even when Kendall was hyping Cordell up to like, for Cordell to like take Daya potentially, but it's just like, why is Kendall being dragged when Cordell and Serena are good? It's not like Kendall kind of ruined Cordell and Serena's relationship. Cordell and Serena are good, and I'm just like, people are making this whole show bigger than it is. I mean, it needs to be big for PPG, but it shouldn't be big like as in like the drama for Kendall. And I just and that's just so funny that I find it that like Kendall is being dragged more than Andrea. Like, I feel like that if anything, Andrea needs to be dragged the most. Like, Andrea has been on the show for clout. Even Rob needs to be dragged. Like, I feel like that how did Rob even get to 1.1 million followers? If anything, Kendall should have 1.1 million followers. But I just feel like that it's so unfair how like you have Kendall getting dragged so much and not Rob and Andrea. Like, to me, that's just so weird. I don't know. But I just want to make this short video basically on like my thoughts about like the internet dragging Kendall for being anti-black, and even just dragging Princess for like getting into an altercation with Kendall, but then making it up, having a misunderstanding, and now they're cool friends. And it's kind of cool for Princess to for her and Kendall like make up and actually have fun. Like, do you guys not want to see people like meeting celebrities, having a fun, like making it up with celebrities? Like, I don't know, like I thought like it was just good that like Princess and Kendall had made up, and like now they're good, redemption arc. Like, I support that. Like, now they're good, they're fine. And I don't know, like I just feel like that the internet needs to stop dragging Kendall. They need to stop dragging Princess on TikTok, even her friend, because people were coming on live, literally like confronting them, yelling at them on TikTok live. Like, it's just so bad, and it's just gone so out of proportion. But that's all I have to say. Kendall should not be dragged, and Princess should not be dragged, even though she was not on the show. But they both should not be dragged. Like, they deserve grace. I think Kendall and Princess, that whole altercation with like the whole bar situation with Kendall and Princess, that needs to have grace, and then that needs to just go to garbage, and like, we're done with that. Princess got her fame, and that's good for her. She's getting her money, she's getting her bag. She's already a big TikTok star, and I support that. Like, I literally support that 10 toes down. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Comment if you want me to do more videos on like any of like Love Island. I think I have one more video to do with Andrea, and then I believe something else. I forget. Andrea, I'm gonna make Love is Blind UK content next. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and